What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Booba Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, legendary, former undisputed, iconic heavyweight world champion boxer, Iron Mike Tyson, discusses the possibility of former WBC reigning heavyweight world champion Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder having more power than him. This is a topic that has been brought up for quite some time since Deontay Wilder has been going on a tear, knocking out or knocking down every opponent he has ever faced. And so he has the highest knockout percentage in the history of the sport of boxing at 97%. Like I said, he knocked out or knocked down every opponent he's ever faced. With that said, there has been an ongoing debate between who has the most power, Deontay Wilder or Iron Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson addressed it. He says, it's a strong possibility he can have the most power. He can be the hardest hitter in the history of the sport of boxing. He says, but I don't know until I get hit by him. And he won't know how hard I hit until I hit him. Me personally, I'm of the belief that Mike Tyson is an accumulation puncher. Deontay Wilder has one-punch knockout power. Not that Mike Tyson don't have one-punch knockout power, because he definitely has one-punch knockout power. But you see Mike Tyson was more of an accumulation puncher, right? Ferocious, right? Dipping, coming underneath, combination, boom, 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 right? And one could argue that maybe Mike Tyson didn't give his opponents a chance to fall from the one punch because his combinations were coming out so swift, so quick, and so ferocious. But you see Deontay Wilder knocking guys out going backwards with one punch, like he did Luis King Kong Ortiz, like he did Arthur Spilka, right? And then you see him knock out guys coming forward, like he did Dominic Brazil, right? Gerald Washington. Then you see him knock out guys like Luis Ortiz with uppercuts and counter punches. So there's different varieties, just like there is for Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson punches are not one-punch knockouts. They are a combination, right? Accumulation of punches, right? He'll hit you with a three-punch combination. Boom, 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 right? And he knocks you out, right? So Mike Tyson is stating that, maybe Deontay Wilder does hit harder than myself, George Foreman, Ernie Shavers, guys of the past, right? He says, and then I felt like Mike Tyson kind of threw a shot at Deontay Wilder because he says, guys could look the part and make more money than myself, George Foreman, Ernie Shavers, and guys of yesteryear, but they're no longer champions. So, he says, it doesn't matter if you're not a champion anymore. And when Mike Tyson said that, he threw me off because Mike Tyson, when he stepped up in competition, he himself wasn't a champion. You understand? He lost his titles. So Mike Tyson, and again, he says you can make the most money, and you can look the part, but that doesn't mean you hit the hardest, right? Or you want to be a champion, is what he said. And that throws me off because Mike Tyson was earning the most money in the sport until Floyd Mayweather came along, right? People question Mike Tyson's will. People question Mike Tyson's heart when people fought him back, when people were intimidated, when people, wanted to go through the trenches and win the fight, a la James Buster Douglas, a la Evander Holyfield, a la Lennox Lewis, right? And then Mike Tyson lost late in his career to guys that he pegged as guys that weren't even worthy of being his sparring partners at the end of his career. He lost to. Thus the reason why he's pointing to his comeback is motivation, because he lost to guys late in his career that he shouldn't have lost to, that weren't even worthy of being his sparring partners. But yet he lost to them. And a couple of those fights, Mike Tyson quit in those fights, right? He just sat on the ground and he just accepted defeat. In the same token, Mike Tyson says that he feels like Deontay Wilder is mentally being weak, showing weakness, and that Deontay Wilder is giving off the indication that he's ready to quit and whining, right? I don't know where he gets that from, but Mike Tyson late in his career lost to Kevin McBride and Danny Williams, guys that should not have been in the same realm as Mike Tyson, right? So he finished his career 50-6, 44 by way of knockout. And as you can see, he had 15 more fights than Deontay Wilder, with only 3 more knockouts than Deontay Wilder in his career. So you say if you peg on 15 more fights to Deontay Wilder's career, he more than likely, at the very least, he's going to have 10 more knockouts, right? Because there's not 10 higher upper echelon heavyweights in any era that you could say is going to give him resistance that he won't knock him out. So he's going to have at least 10 guys out of 15. Now, 5 of them may be world champions. 5 of them may be, Floyd Mayweather had the luxury of fighting in smaller weight classes and going through the weight divisions, which presented you more world champions and more challengers, right? But in the heavyweight division, that's it. There's no going up, there's no going down. So what that said is this, right? You're not going to run into 15 heavyweights that are world champion from 1 through 15 that rank as the best. That's impossible, right? You may get 5. Today, currently, we have it was called the three-headed monster. You had Wilder, Joshua, and Fury. After that, you had Dillian White, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, Alexander Usyk, Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora, Dominic Brazil, guys of that magnitude, right? Luis Ortiz, Andy Ruiz Jr., right? But you don't have 15 guys that are considered the best in the division. So you give him 15 more fights, he's arguably going to knock out 10 of them. So he will have, and he's only, like I said, Deontay Wilder has knocked out 41 of his opponents, right? So you look at this, Mike Tyson has 15 more fights than Deontay Wilder, and he has the highest knockout ratio. So Mike Tyson is stating that it's a strong possibility that he does hit harder than me. He says he's definitely up there. He's definitely in the conversation of the hardest punchers in the history. Deontay Wilder's 42, 1-1, 41 by way of knockout. So Mike Tyson has 44 knockouts. So he has 3 more knockouts than Deontay Wilder in his entire career. But like I stated, he has 15 more fights. So Mike Tyson said, yeah, he definitely is up there. He's definitely in the conversation. But I have to be hit by him. Mike Tyson did recently come out and say that he's going to have a couple of exhibition bouts. And after those exhibition bouts, he's looking to, if he looks and feels the way he wants to, he's looking to be in a contention and maybe become a world champion once again. So it's a possibility. We can see Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder versus Mike Tyson. And he also mentioned Tyson Fury. Somebody mentioned to him that, Tyson Fury doesn't come off as a very hard puncher. Tyson Fury only has, legit in his career, 3 knockouts. He has TKOs. He only has 3 knockouts in his career. So you hear a lot of people tell you, Tyson Fury before the Wilder rematch, he had a certain amount of knockouts in his career. So when people say he's not a hard puncher, that's false. Well, that's false, that statement, because he has 3 knockouts. He has TKOs, stoppages. You understand? That's a total different story. So with that said, he said when it comes to Tyson Fury, he too hasn't been in the ring with Tyson Fury. This Mike Tyson's talking to know Tyson Fury's punching power either. So he can't measure that as well. But from the eye test, when you're looking at Deontay Wilder, he's definitely in the conversation of the best punchers in the history of the sport of boxing. But like I said, then he turned around and he took a jab at Deontay Wilder by stating, everybody looks the part. They make more money than myself, George Foreman, Ernie Shavers, and guys of the yesteryear. He said, but that doesn't mean they want to be world champion. Well, Deontay Wilder was a world champion for 5 years and successfully defended his title 10 times, something that Mike Tyson wasn't able to do. So, when you take these jabs as a competitor, I understand where Mike Tyson is coming from as a competitor, because somebody's replacing you as the baddest man on the planet. You understand? Your competitive nature, yeah, he wants to be humble. Yeah, he wants to be, dare I say, passive, but at the end of the day, it's very difficult for these guys to swallow that pill and say, yeah, this guy's a harder puncher than I ever was. It's hard to expect them to do that. Very little high-profile athletes will do such a thing, right? It's just like Michael Jordan will never say it's a guy better than him, ever, right? Kobe Bryant would never defer to Michael Jordan. LeBron James. You know, it just goes on, right? Quarterbacks. Joe Montana will never say Tom Brady was better than him. You understand? So it's just the way it works. Is their competitive nature, and it's understandable. But when he takes jabs at him that don't make sense, when he says stuff like he could make more money than me and he could look the part, but he don't want to be a world champion. Well, he was a world champion for 5 years and successfully defended his title 10 times. So to question his heart and then to turn around and say, just go in the Tyson Fury trilogy match, you know, and dig deep and want it and stop whining is another. I don't know where Mike Tyson gets that from. So he's misinformed. So, but as far as the hardest punches in history, I'm going to say it's Deontay Wilder, 97% knockout ratio. The proof is in the pudding. And he's knocked down or knocked out every opponent he's faced. That's not the case with Mike Tyson. And I know people are going to say, well, look at the level of opponents that Mike Tyson faced. Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, you know, guys like that. And thus is true, you know. But like I said, at the end of the day, he has the power. Not saying that Wilder would beat Lennox Lewis or Evander Holyfield, but he definitely has the power to drop them, and it's not accumulation. It could just be one punch and he knocks them down or knocks them out. And, you know, and that just wasn't the case with Mike Tyson, especially when he stepped up in competition. It was an accumulation of punches. Even when he fought Frank Bruno, it wasn't one-punch knockout power. Even when he fought Spinks, it wasn't one-punch knockout power, right? He knocked Spinks down a couple times before he knocked him out, right? So, you know, I just think that Deontay Wilder is definitely the hardest puncher in the history of the sport of boxing. And that's saying a lot because there's some serious punchers in the sport of boxing. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.